Hello students, today we are going to start the cartilage types. So in the last video we have seen the general introduction of cartilage, how it look like, what are the composition, what are the different parts they are present in the cartilage. Now in this video we are going to see the different types of cartilages. See, in case of different organisms body, basically we are discussing the vertebrates. In the vertebrates, the cartilages are of three types. First one is hyaline cartilage, second one is fibrous cartilage, and the third type is calcified cartilage. In human body, we are going to have only the two type of cartilages. One is hyaline and the second one is fibrous cartilage. If it comes to the third type, that is calcified cartilage, it is basically present in the frog's body. Now come to the different types of cartilages. First one, hyaline cartilage. Remember, this is very much important point, that the transparent tissue of our body is the hyaline cartilage. It is glass-like in appearance. If it comes to the fibrous cartilage, then there are two types of fiber. Already I told you that there are the two types of fibers are white and yellow. And depending upon the type of fiber, we also have two types of fibrous cartilage. One is the white fibrous cartilage and the second one is the yellow fibrous cartilage. And the third type, that is known as the calcified cartilage, where calcium deposition is very much in the matrix, that makes the cartilage bone-like, or it makes the cartilage more hardened. Now come to, first of all, the location where all the type of cartilages are present, right? First of all, if it is the hyaline cartilage, it is present in the larynx. Larynx is the voice box. Next one, nasal septum. In this nose part, just behind it, we have a septum, that is called this nasal septum. Then the tip of the long bones. Suppose this is a bone, on the tip part, tip region, what we are going to have, the cartilage that makes, suppose there are two bones, the two bones at one region they will have a joint, right? And in this region we will have the locomotion, isn't it? We have to move our bones, otherwise how can we move, is it? So whenever the bones have to have locomotion or the movement, so that's why this region, the joint region, will change the location. And how the bones will able to have this joint without hitting the next bone, otherwise the bone and the bone, the edges will at one period of time it will hit and makes this structure teared, it will get wet, isn't that? So that region, the bones in the tip region, it is going to have the cartilage, hyaline cartilage, that makes the joint smoothen and that allows movement so that it can resist friction, right? So that's why it is the hyaline cartilage, where the tip of the bone is going to have this cartilage. The reason is it allows the friction so that we don't have pain when the bones start to have friction with the next bone. Then this movement will be possible because in this joint we have the hyaline cartilage. Next one, on the tracheal ring, the windpipe is the trachea. On the lining, on diameter, we are going to have C-shaped cartilage. So that C-shaped cartilage function and location, I will tell you in the chapter, another chapter, breathing and exchange of gases. In that part, I will tell you in detail. Just now, remember that this tracheal ring, that is also hyaline cartilage. Now come to the next part, that is the fibrous cartilage, which is of two types. One is the white and another is the yellow. Now if it comes to white fibrous cartilage, the white fibers are more, that means the collagenous fiber are more. That collagen fiber gives us more strength rather than elasticity. So what location it is going to present? In between the vertebrae. we should know that our vertebral column have 26 vertebrae. So in between the vertebrae there are some cartilages, and that is the fibrous cartilage. Because of the fibrous cartilage, we can stand on our vertebral column for the whole long day. It's not like that suddenly we have to take rest. Okay, so this vertebral column can give us that capacity so that we can stand on our posture for the whole day long. This is because that white fibrous cartilage is present. Okay, and the second one, that pubic symphysis. So what is pubic symphysis? I will tell you. What is pelvic girdle and pectoral girdle? They are the two important structure. Our shoulder girdle, these are the pectoral girdle, and our hip bone is the pelvic girdle, right? So with the pectoral girdle, our hands are attached, and with the pectoral girdle, so our the legs, they get attached to our body, right? So this pelvic girdle, there are two pelvic girdles, so this two pelvic girdle will attach to each other in one region, and that is known as the pubic symphysis. White fibrous cartilage is present in the pubic symphysis, which allows the two pelvic girdle to get attached to each other, right? So this is one important point. If it comes to the yellow fibrous cartilage, it will gives us elasticity, because yellow fiber, it is elastin protein, right? So just see, if it comes to the yellow fibrous cartilage, where it is present. So it is present in the eustachian tube. What is eustachian tube? In this ear region, in this ear, we have three parts: external ear, middle ear, internal ear. In this middle ear, we have a tube, and that tube is called as eustachian tube, which have connection with the nasal cavity, right? So that's why if you close your nose and try to swallow, then this two ear, that will have a, it will look like that it get blocked. Okay, it will seem like it will get blocked. So why this is happening? Because this eustachian tube actually get blocked. This eustachian tube maintains the internal pressure, internal ear pressure, with the atmospheric pressure. So how is it possible? Because of eustachian tube. That all of this thing we will discuss in breathing and exchange of gases, the next chapter. Now next one, see the epiglottis. Epiglottis is present just as a flap above the glottis. Next one, the pinna. Pinna is the external ear. This one, this is the pinna of ear, and the tip of the nose. See, this is the tip of the nose. If you need to bend, then yes, it is flexible, but whenever you remove your finger, then it will come back to the earlier location. How is it possible? It is because of the elasticity, and this is the yellow fibrous cartilage. Now the last type of cartilage, what is that? That is calcified cartilage. If it is the calcified cartilage, then in the matrix we have the deposition of the calcium ion that makes the cartilage even harder. Okay, and it seems like bone. So where it is present? It is not present in human. It is basically present in the frog. Where it is present? It is present in the suprascapula of the frog. Okay, pectoral girdle and pubis of the pelvic girdle. So their shoulder and hip bone, that is the calcified cartilage. So these are the three types of cartilage. Now we will see the structure, right? So here suppose we are going to see the composition, how actually all the three compositions, they are the cells, fibers and the matrix are present. See, in all the three type of cartilages, we are going to have the matrix. Matrix is sure, it is 100% present. Okay, so this is the basic medium where the cells are surviving. Okay, and the fibers are suspended. So everywhere in all the type of cartilages, this matrix is common. Now the first point about the hyaline cartilage, that it is the glass-like. Remember that this is the glass-like cartilage. So why it can be glass-like? Because this matrix is very much clear, right? Why? Because in the matrix the fibers are very much less, so that makes the light to pass through it, so that's why it look like a glass like type of cartilage. This is a hyaline cartilage, remember that. Next one, if it comes to the white fibrous cartilage, then yes, here where we are going to see the white fibers. So this way white fibers are present, right? If it comes to the yellow fiber, then we are going to have the Y-shaped yellow fibers like this, okay? And in case of the calcified, we are going to have white also, then the yellow fibers are also present. Every type of fibers, they will be present. Yes, in the hyaline cartilage also it is present, but it is very much less or nil. So I will draw just two. Okay. Next one, come to the cells. First of all, if it comes to the cell, everyone, all the three type of cartilages, we are going to have this chondrocytes. So this chondrocytes will be in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So this way the cells will be present, right? So this cells, chondrocytes, they will be present like this. So everywhere chondrocytes have to be present. This is the chief composition of a cartilage, right? And if it comes to the cells, chondrocyte, yes, they are lacunated. They have to be inside a fluid-filled cavity where this nutrients will be present. Okay, so here the nutrients are present in this fluid-filled cavity because this cartilage is devoid of blood vessel. So up to which region the blood vessel can come? Only up to the perichondrium. So everywhere they are lacunated, right? So lacunated, empty spaces, fluid-filled cavities are present where the chondrocytes, they are suspended. Now the next one, that if it comes to the another cell, and that cell is the fibroblast cell, then yes, in case of the hyaline cartilage, fibroblast cell is very much less because the fibers are even very much less. It is found in very less amount or nil. There will be no fibers, so that's why fibroblast number will be also less, right? But if you see in case of the white fiber, then yes, they are going to have this cell fibroblast which have this protoplasmic projections which secrete this collagen protein that makes the white fiber. Now if it comes to the yellow fiber, then also this fibroblast cells are present, and this fibroblast cell will secrete now elastin protein which form the yellow fiber. And if it is the calcified, then also in the calcified we are going to have this fibroblast cell. Now additionally, in case of calcified type of cartilage, we have the calcium granule. So due to the deposition of this calcium granule, it makes this cartilage harder and it becomes it will actually look like a bone, right? So in this region where actually the bones need to have this cartilaginous support, so that calcified cartilage even become bone-like, right? So these are the three type of cartilages. These are the structure. Now we will see the generalized characteristics of the cartilage, right? So first of all, just see the function of the cartilage. What is the function? It provides support and flexibility. Remember that this is important, that it support our body structures. I told here that it is suppose the white, then it is present in between the vertebrae. So it gives us support to the vertebral column, even to the whole body, so that we can have a posture. That's why this cartilage, white fibrous cartilage, have to be present. Similarly, if it is the tip of the nose or the ear or eustachian tube, in this region also it gives support by this yellow fibrous cartilage. It also gives us flexibility. If you try to move your pinna, then yes, you can move it, okay, but whenever you remove, that will go to the location, right? And it gives resistant to compression. Okay, it resists compression. Next one, it smoothens the surface of the joints. So I will draw here a bone head. Okay, so this is the bone head. Suppose above that we are going to have a cartilage, right? So that cartilage will present so that the bone head can become smooth structure, so that it can allow less friction with the bone when it makes the joint, right? It smoothens the surface of the joints and thus prevents the wear and tear of the bones due to friction. So these bones can allow friction. Why friction is allowed? Why this tip of the bone do not get teared? It is because the tip of the bone we have the cartilage, right? So this is about the cartilage. This is more than enough. This characteristics, if you know, it is more than enough for even NEET. So from this cartilage, what type of questions generally come? The location. Okay, so this location is very much important. You have to know this question is very much important. What is the transparent tissue of our body? That is the hyaline cartilage. The characteristics and the structure of cartilage, if it is asked, then you have to draw the earlier structure of cartilage I have given in the previous video. So that is all about the cartilage, type of cartilage. That is all about the cartilages we have understood. So that's all about the video. Thank you.